Yachts For Sale YouTube channel, opening a window into the world of yacht brokerage, and today asking the question, who builds the biggest? And there's no doubt that super yachts do seem to be getting bigger and bigger, but is bigger always better? And which countries would you go to for which sized yachts? I know that these are the questions that are eating you up, so I've researched the answer. And if you think that I'm only going to be talking about Dilbar and Azam, whilst I do mention them, I also tell you about something else that I discovered that made me go, what? Well, it may not surprise you to hear that it's not just one country, but also one company that dominates the production of the world's largest yachts, and that is Lürssen in Germany. The world's longest yacht, Azam, at 592 feet and 8 inches in length, is the longest yacht in the world and was built by Lurssen, whilst Dilbar was also built by Lurssen and is widely reported to be the largest yacht by volume, with a gross tonnage of 15,917. Except that's not necessarily true, I found out, but I'll come to that in a moment. Last year, Lurssen delivered the 5th longest yacht in the world, Blue, with an incredible length overall of 524 feet and 11 inches, and a gross tonnage of 14,785. And by the way, before we go ahead with all these references to gross tonnage, which is a way of measuring the volume of a yacht, this is what a super yacht looks like that is 500 gross tons. So just imagine one that is nearly 15,000. But although I could go on and on about huge yachts built by Lurssen, I should mention that they are not the only German yard that delivers some pretty impressive vessels. The largest sailing yacht in the world, simply called Sailing Yacht A, was built by Nobiskrug in Rendsburg, Germany. And although technically speaking it is a sail-assisted motor yacht, I just had to mention it because at 468 feet 6 inches, it is pretty impressive. And also because it gave me the opportunity to use this footage that I took of her a couple of years ago whilst filming a rather smaller yacht. Her gross tonnage, by the way, is 12,558. And if you don't need anything quite as large as that, you don't have to go far to find alternatives. The world's largest truly sailing yacht has just been delivered by Oceanco in the Netherlands. It's the much reported 416 feet 8 inch Kourou. This was a very recent delivery and is not only the longest sailing yacht in the world, she's also the longest yacht full stop ever built in the Netherlands. Prior to that, the record was held by another yacht built by Oceanco, Infinity, a 383-foot 10-inch vessel that has exterior design by Espen Oeno. He's actually responsible for the design of a lot of the world's largest yachts. Staying in the Netherlands, and the largest fed ship ever delivered is the distinctive-looking Anna. Now she's 360 feet 11 inch, but will be knocked off her number 1 position when Project 1010 is delivered. This Espen Oeno designed fed ship yacht having an overall length of 387 feet 1 inch and a gross tonnage of 4,999. A quick pause for reflection at this point. I mentioned that Dilbar is considered to be the largest yacht in the world by volume at 15,917 gross tons, and she's about 590 feet long, whilst Project 1010 is just under 5,000 gross tons and 387 feet long. So she's about 50% of the volume of Dilbar, but Dilbar has 300% more volume. I mention this because it's easy to think that if one yacht is twice the length of another, it will be twice the price. But actually volume and as a result price becomes disproportionate as you get bigger and bigger with these yachts. A yacht that is longer will probably also be wider and quite likely also higher, and so the volume difference is significant. A yacht that is 50% bigger than another can easily be 3 times the price. Just something to think about next time you go yacht shopping. Well, where does Italy find itself in the large yacht builder stakes? In 2011, Fincantieri delivered the 439-foot 4-inch Serene. Fincantieri is one of the largest shipbuilders in the world. They also build commercial and military projects. So in some respects, this was well within their comfort zone. And in fact, in 2014, they delivered the even bigger 459-foot 4-inch Ocean Victory, a yacht with a gross tonnage of 8,506. Since that delivery, Fincantieri have not really been particularly active in the world of superyachts, although not for the lack of effort. Meanwhile, their neighbours, Bonetti, have gone from strength to strength. In 2019, they delivered the RWD-designed 354-foot Egypt. In 2020, they delivered the 353-foot Giorgio Cassetta-designed Luminosity. And in 2021, they completed 3 insane years of what they call jigger yacht building by delivering the 351-foot Lana, that now sails under the name Mar. This was designed by Bonetti themselves, and they did a jolly good job of it too. As you work your way down the list of the world's yachts, Italy really doesn't feature a great deal from this point on until you reach the 80-metre range of yachts, with my old company CRN delivering the 262-foot Choppy in 2013. This was the largest yacht they had ever built, although I have to say that they've made a strong contribution to the world's fleet of yachts between the 200 and 260-foot range. And what about the country where I am currently filming in my hotel room? Turkey, or as I should say, Turkiye. In 2021, they delivered their longest yacht to date when Yachts revealed Victorious, a 278-foot 10-inch Explorer yacht with rather an interesting history to her, maybe a story for another time. Previously, the record had been held by the 262-foot 6-inch Elements, built by Yachtly, who coincidentally are right next door to Yacht. Elements, though, is not a particularly happy story since the yard have simply never been able to sell her. Whilst in West Istanbul Marina, Belgian yachts are building and selling 80-metre yachts like hotcakes, well, almost. As you know, I filmed the 262-foot 6-inch Tatiana when she was delivered in 2021. And when I was at the shipyard a month or so ago, I saw the bright red-hulled sister ship Leona being prepared for delivery. And hull number 3 was in construction in the shipyard, along with quite a few other exciting projects that I hope to feature later this year. Meanwhile, on the east side of Turkey in the Tuzla area, Turquoise Yachts delivered their largest yachts to date in 2018 in the form of the 251-foot 10-inch Go, and quickly followed up in 2021 with the 243-foot 11-inch yacht Roe. Just to give you a further perspective on the length to volume ratio, this is a 1,730 gross ton vessel, so about half the length of Dilbar, but only about 10% of her volume. Actually, Turquoise Yachts have the same ownership as Ocean Co, and I'm hoping maybe to be able to film an interview with the owner at some point later this year. They are building some fantastic yachts, as are Belgian, as are some of the other shipyards in Turkey too, and every time I come to this country, I'm impressed with how good some of the shipyards are. The yacht building industry in Turkey is at a point where there's still a very big difference between the good and the bad, so you do have to be careful here. But the good, in my opinion, are every bit as good as some of those big Italian brands, so it does make for a very interesting and competitive marketplace. If you are in the market for a yacht of, let's say, over 120 metres, it's very difficult to compete with the Germans and especially with Lurssen. If you're in the market for a yacht between 80 and 120 metres, there's a really good choice between the German and the Dutch yards. But if you're in that 50 to 80 metre range, the choice is wide open with so many great builders and great products to choose from. There's a notable price difference between the Northern European yards and the rest, but I don't honestly think that anybody who knows anything about this industry will deny that you do get what you pay for. Now, while I was researching this vlog, I did discover something that blew my mind a little, and I wanted to tell you all about it. This is categorized by many as being the second longest yacht in the world at 538 feet and 1 inch. She's called Fulk Al Salamar, was built by Mariotti Yachts in Italy, and would you believe that the only question mark put over her qualification on that list is that she's actually a support vessel for another yacht. Before I show you the other yacht though, consider that she has a whopping gross tonnage of 20,361. That's 25% more than Dilbar. And while that sinks in, just take a look at the vessel that she serves. The 508-foot 6-inch Al Said that herself is only very slightly smaller volume than Dilbar at 15,850 gross tons. Built, as you might imagine, by Lurssen. Delivered in 2008 and lying at position number 7 of the world's largest yachts. As I mentioned earlier, I'm filming this vlog from a really beautiful hotel in Antalya on the south coast of Turkey. While we've been here, we've filmed a shipyard, and that video will be coming to you very soon on the Yacht Builders YouTube channel. I also mentioned in last week's vlog that I was looking forward to spending a couple of days on a bearing yacht with somebody who you will be familiar with. Unfortunately, that plan fell through at the last moment, but I am planning to meet up with Alexei, the founder of Bearing, who's going to show me all over the Bearing 145, so there's some great content to look forward to. Meanwhile, the team are really busy editing content. Max recently was in Mexico filming a really beautiful 150-foot yacht for sale. Slava in the south of France, who's here with me now filming. He filmed last week a beautiful classic sailing yacht, also for sale. Yarrick and Max met up in St. Lucia to film a gorgeous Fed ship that's available for charter. At the same time, we're following the refit of a classic yacht that's going to become a diesel-electric vessel. We're looking at 2 new marine yachts that are new constructions. We're following the rebuild of a 70-meter ship that's being converted into a luxury explorer yacht. If super yachts really are toys, then we are kind of the Hamleys of the situation. If they are fine dining, we are Capital Grille. If they are like nightclubs, we're the Nikki Beach of the situation. Suffice to say, we have a lot of great content coming to you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to stretch forward with your finger and not smash the like button, but gently touch it. Some say it brings nights of undisturbed sleep and days of sunshine and happiness. To the swimming pool.